What's going on, Sajina? It's the Centured Man here, so back again with another classic WWE pay-per-view review. So, keeping this Royal Rumble train going. The last Royal Rumble I reviewed was Royal Rumble 1988, the very first one. So I'm traveling 21 years into this Royal Rumble that is nearly 12 years ago. Yeah, I'm talking about the 2009 Royal Rumble pay-per-view at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan on the 25th of January 2009. The attendance for the show was 16,668, and the buy rate for Royal Rumble of 2009 is a 450,000 pay-per-view buys, a downgrade than the 2008 Royal Rumble because that pay-per-view received about 533,000 pay-per-view buys because that show was in Madison Square Garden. Represent Raw, we got Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler. For SmackDown, we got Jim Ross and Taz. And then ECW, we got Todd Grisham and Matt Striker. And speaking of ECW, the ECW Championship match kicked off this show. We got Jack Swagger defending the ECW title against Matt Hardy. Both of them right now in our current timeline, they're in AEW. This is a rematch from ECW a couple weeks back, really 2 weeks ago. Swagger defeat Matt Hardy for the title. Swagger debuted for the company in the autumn of 2008. This match between Swagger and Matt Hardy, it was okay. It wasn't like a great opener. It wasn't bad. It felt like it's more like a TV wrestling match instead of a pay-per-view worthy match. The bulk of the match, you basically had Swagger working on the shoulder, the arm of Matt Hardy. Hardy got his combat. I think he hit like a moonsault off the top rope. You know, it was a near fall. Swagger kicked out from the moonsault by Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy don't do a lot of high-flying maneuvers because he's more of a brawler. It's not on the same. It's not like Jeff Hardy, because the difference between Matt and Jeff, because Matt Hardy is the brawler, Jeff Hardy is the high flyer. Anyway, in the end, Swagger hit the gut wrench powerbomb onto Matt Hardy to score the victory and retain the ECW championship. It's very funny that 1 year later at the 2010 Royal Rumble show, you had Christian versus Ezekiel Jackson for the ECW title, and that was the last time the ECW was defended on a pay-per-view before, WWE disbanded ECW as the third brand. This is pre-NXT era. Anyway, so moving on to the next match. The next match, we got Beth Phoenix, one half of Glamorella, with Santino Marella in her corner, defending the women's championship against Melina. Glamorella. That is Santino and Beth, it was underrated. I think it's a shame they didn't reunite. For like a one-off. Because you got Santino was the comic relief and Beth Phoenix was the muscle, the heavy. It was a slightly decent match. I think they had better matches in the past, but this was, and also after this as well. This was, it was in the middle. It was slightly, I'll say it was better than the ECW title match. I'm not saying it was, like I say, it was just in the middle. This was slightly, by quality of stars, I could probably give it 3.5. That's just for me. One side note, that one moment of the match, you had Beth lock Melina in I don't know, I think it's a knee lock or a one half Boston Crab, the one-legged Boston Crab. And the funny part is, Beth kind of hit Melina in the head with her own leg. You can find this on YouTube. Just type in Beth Phoenix versus Melina, Royal Rumble 2009. You've probably find that match on YouTube. Yeah, Beth hitting Melina in the head by her own body parts, because everyone knows Melina is super flexible, That is a fun side note. In the end, Melina really rolled up Beth Phoenix. I think it was a small package or a Google roll-up to score the victory and become a 3-time women's champion. Yeah, it was slightly decent. It was good, because the differences, like Melina's like, she's like flexible, she's athletic, Beth Phoenix, she's, all about the strength and power. This is kind of like the beginning of the end of Glamorella, the relationship, kayfabe relationship between Beth Phoenix and Santino Marella. Months later at WrestleMania 25, Santino becomes Santina, won the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25. Another story for another time. So, moving on to the next match. Yeah, we got John Cena defending the World Heavyweight Championship against JBL with Shawn Michaels in JBL's corner. So, here's the storyline going into it. So, in late 2008, going into 2009, in real life, because Shawn Michaels was financially broke because in real life, the stock market crashed in America. So Shawn Michaels working for JBL as his servant. So it's really, not really. It was a bit forgettable. And here's one catch about this. John Cena is the third wheel in this storyline. He was not impactful in this storyline between Shawn Michaels and JBL. I don't want to get in too much in details. It's a bit more of a head-scratching decision because the world title is not impactful. Depending on who's the world champion is. It's just basically like it's not focused on the world title. It's focused on Shawn working for JBL. So, before this match, there was one segment. It planted a seed for that year's WrestleMania. JBL said to Shawn, if I win the world title on this show, I will give you all the money that you own, and you never work for me ever again. And he said about you compete in the Royal Rumble, you say basically you're going to give him a shot at the world title at WrestleMania. And then afterwards, you got this stare off between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Undertaker said to Shawn, it's hell trying to get to heaven. Yeah, it is planting the seeds for the match between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels for WrestleMania 25. One of the best matches of the decade. Another story for another time. So, the next match number 3, we got, John Cena defended the world title against JBL with Shawn Michaels in his corner. It was okay. Wasn't bad, but wasn't great. This is similar to the ECW title match from the opener. I feel like this is a match you probably see on Raw, not on a pay-per-view that people spending a lot of money. I feel like it's a TV match, not a pay-per-view worthy match. It was okay. It was just a standard match. The only noteworthy in this match is basically Shawn Michaels. Is he gonna help JBL win the world title? Is he gonna turn on JBL? That is the question. So he basically super kicked Sweet Chin Music JBL in the face, and for the twist, he super kicked John Cena. I don't know, he hates John Cena in real life. Yeah, the story's that he hates The Rock in real life. Yeah, and he hates Bret Hart in real life. They put their differences aside, but this is like in the 90s. Shawn, Sweet Chin Music both, Cena and JBL. He left the ring. In the end, Cena hit the I think it's the Attitude Adjustment. I think after when WWE went PG, they changed Cena's finisher. It used to be called the FU to the AA, the Attitude Adjustment. Yeah, Cena won this match and retained the World Heavyweight Championship. So, Cena, he got a bit of a mixed bag. He didn't got booed. He got booed a little bit, but it's not like it's very funny. Like Cena always gets booed in the biggest cities, like whether it's Boston, New York, Dallas, or any big city in America, he will get booed. He get booed in fucking London. Yeah, it's just like what it is. They do not like John Cena. But anyway, yeah, he went on to lose the world title at the Elimination Chamber match at No Way Out to Edge, and then he regained the world title at WrestleMania 25, dropped the world title again to Edge at Backlash. I covered it last year. So they were kind of like hot potato the title belt. Anyway, moving on to match number 4. Match number 4, we got Jeff Hardy defending the WWE Championship against Edge. And Vicky Guerrero in the last minute changed it to a no disqualification match. So here's the storyline. Going into it. So Jeff Hardy won his first world title at Armageddon. In a triple threat match between him, Triple H, and Edge. So this storyline's all about who attacked Jeff Hardy or trying to kill Jeff Hardy. So who is the mysterious attack Jeff Hardy at Survivor Series? So after Jeff Hardy wins the WWE title at Armageddon, he got attacked. Basically, someone trying to hit and run him. Basically trying to run him over. Hit and run incident. There was you can see Jeff Hardy. There was a video security camera with Jeff Hardy and his wife Beth and a policeman talking. There's I think something about someone set fire to Jeff Hardy's house, killed his dog, and they didn't really kill his dog. It's storyline, it's pro wrestling. It's kayfabe, it's choreographed and scripted. Anyway, and also who sabotaged Jeff Hardy's ring entrance. Because he came off. I think it was a cutting egg segment. He's trying to enter the ring. He got, pyro in his face. Someone sabotaged his pyro. Jeff thought it's gonna be Edge, but I'll explain more after this match. So anyway, it was a good match. It wasn't great. I think they had better matches in the past, and they had an amazing ladder match. Not amazing ladder match, but a fun ladder match at Extreme Rules months later. A little bit overbooked. One more of the match. Jeff did a twist of fate on Edge off the ring apron. He did it minutes later. Edge was going for the spear, and Jeff hit the twist of fate out of nowhere. He was trying to put Edge through an announce table, but Chavo stopped him. And Jeff put Chavo through the announce table. He's out for the rest of this match. I know he's not a competitor, but he's trying to help Edge win. I thought every member of La Familia, I think it's going to be similar to the TLC match between Edge and Taker at 1X10 of 2008. Unfortunately, that's not really the case. The ending was getting a little bit overbooked. Chavo got involved, and then you got Vicky Guerrero trying to get involved, and then you got Matt Hardy get involved. The ending was most worthy for the show in this match. You thought Matt's gonna help Jeff retaining the WWE Championship. Trying to hit Edge with, was it the Conchencho? But instead Matt Hardy hits Jeff in the head with the chair. Basically had Vicky was watching near the corner to see Edge losing the title. Yeah, and it was a swerve. Matt turned on his brother Jeff. Edge won this match, regained the WWE Championship. What the hell's going on? That is bullshit, And here's the storyline. Who is Jeff Hardy's mysterious attacker? There was many reports that Christian is the one to be revealed to be Jeff Hardy's attacker, because Christian was returning to the WWE, spent years in TNA, and it makes sense because he had history with the Hardys, going back to the TLC days in the Attitude Era. And most of Christian's first run in WWE was a heel. You thought it's going into that direction. Probably a match, probably at No Way Out or WrestleMania 25. Unfortunately, that's not the case because WWE changed it in the last minute. They thought this is predictable that, Christian's be the one to be Jeff Hardy's attacker. They changed it up to be Matt Hardy be the one who attacked Jeff Hardy. Yeah, this is set up I think it's the Extreme Rules match at WrestleMania 25. Yeah, and they end up like having the feud between the Hardys. WrestleMania 25 and Backlash. I think the problem with WWE, I think it never worked in WWE. It's very funny, like in TNA years later in 2016, they had a good rivalry between Matt and Jeff. They had the I Quit match. I think you had was it a hardcore match at Slammiversary, and also the deletion match as well. The start of Matt being broken. It's not Night or Day. This was not. And also Jeff Hardy dropping the WWE title on this show after 1 month after winning the title at Armageddon is all bullshit. It's criminal. So all this time Jeff Hardy's climbing this imagination ladder, trying to climb the ladder and grabbing the imaginal brass ring. That is just, I think it pissed off a lot of fans because I thought they took the title away because Jeff Hardy, got trouble for doing drugs. I think that was like later on, but not like on this show. But no, I don't know why they took the title away from Jeff Hardy. He's been, he's been the whole time. Yeah, he got fired in 2003 for refusing to go in rehab. Spent 3 years in TNA. Came back in 2016. 2008 gave him a push. And all of a sudden they took the world title away from him. The WWE title. It is the world title, I'm trying to say. But he went on to win the world title later on in 2009, in the feud with CM Punk. Winning against Edge and feuding with CM Punk. But it's just like, what the hell's going on? This is the time to build new stars. Yeah. It's just like the way they did that. It's just like it pissed off fans. Give Jeff Hardy a lengthy run. I'm not saying give him a 1 year run. Just give him like, hold the belt until WrestleMania and then drop the title. But instead they're just like, let's not have Jeff Hardy having a lengthy reign as WWE champion. Let's have him holding the belt for 1 month and drop it at the Royal Rumble. Come on now. And here's the kicker. Edge drops the title to Triple H in the Elimination Chamber match at No Way Out. So, what's really the point? It was just like, come on now. It's not like they gave up. Yeah, like I said, they never really gave up Jeff Hardy's push because, like I said, he went on to be in the world title picture in the spring and the summer of 2009. It's not like they killed his push completely, but to his one and only reign as WWE champion ended at the Royal Rumble. It's just like it went to pot, and to set up I think it was a bad match. I never saw this match at WrestleMania. The match between Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. I saw the I Quit match. I covered Backlash 09, the I Quit match. That was just okay, but not great or bad. It was thumbs to the middle match. So anyway, enough of my spiel. The match it was decent. It was good, but in the end, it was so overbooked with Chavo and Vicky and Matt. Anyway, so moving on to the main event. The main event, that's the 2009 Royal Rumble match. Winner gets a shot of any champion from the three brands at WrestleMania 25. So, it was a good Royal Rumble match, but not a great one. There've been better ones over the years, but this was fun to watch. This is the the Legacy Triple H Royal Rumble match. I'm talking about Legacy because weeks before this this pay-per-view, Randy Orton formed Legacy, that is, with Orton, Rhodes, and DiBiase. They kicked Manu out of the group, because if really this faction was based on, because the second and third generation wrestlers, like Randy Orton is, he's the father of Cowboy Bob Orton and the grandson of, Bob Orton Sr. Cody Rhodes is the son of the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. is the son of the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase Sr. The Iron Man on this match is Rey Mysterio. He entered number 2, and I think he lasted about 50 minutes. I thought he broke his previous time, at the 2006 Royal Rumble match. Unfortunately, he came a little bit short, about maybe like 10 to 20 minutes. He did. There's one spot like I don't know who eliminate Rey Mysterio or trying to eliminate Rey Mysterio. One of them Irish Rey Mysterio out of the ring. He landed on the back of I think it was the Miz, because I don't know who eliminated because Miz and Morrison got eliminated. Rey Mysterio landed on the back of the Miz. He leapfrogged to the back of John Morrison, climbed on to the still steps, and climbed back into the ring. That was one of first of many spots like someone trying to get eliminated. They're trying to find a way to get back in the ring with with Kofi Kingston doing all the handstand, or jumping on a computer chair to get back in the ring, or John Morrison doing the Spider-Man parkour moves. The still steps, jump into the still barricade, still steps, and back in the ring. First off, it's the first of many of that spots over the years I'm trying to describe. So you got some, there was one entrance in this match. There's one funny spot in this match, and you got Santino, who entered number 20, I think it was 28, I think. He entered number 28, and Kane eliminated Santino. And Santino said, I wasn't ready, because they said, JR says, the commentators for the Royal Rumble match of the show was Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. JR says, he thinks the Warlord record has been broken, because the Warlord was the first guy, was the fastest elimination in a Royal Rumble match. And then you got Santino in 2009, and then I'm guessing in 2013, 2014, I think maybe 2015. I think you had Titus O'Neil did another a quick elimination in a Royal Rumble match. Anyway, you had Cody and Goldust. First of many, they do that same shit. Cody eliminate Goldust. You got RVD making a surprise entrance in this Royal Rumble match. Unfortunately, he didn't proper return to the company. He left in 2007. I think he had spent time in the Indies, and really funny that 1 year later he signed with TNA. Yeah, he came back to the company in 2013. He shit the bed in his third run in the company. He came back, recently he came back at the Raw Reunion in 2019, because he was under contract with Impact Wrestling. Anyway, he did the 5 Frog Splash, his finisher. Yeah, he got eliminated. I don't know who got eliminated. Yeah, he got eliminated by Jericho. You got one moment with Big Show, Undertaker, they're going to blows, and then Orton eliminated Big Show, and then Big Show eliminated Taker after he got eliminated. So he eliminated Undertaker. And both Taker and Big Show, they're kind of brawling into the crowd. I don't know, there was the end of the rivalry in late 2008. I think they still continue in 2009 a little bit. They fought at the Elimination Chamber match the following month. So, try to keep it short and simple. Yeah, Jim Duggan appeared. I don't know what number, probably 27? I'm not 100% sure. So he came, he came to the ring. The reason why, because he was the first winner of the first Royal Rumble match. It only lasts for a cup of coffee. He had Hornswoggle showing up. I think he got chokeslam. I don't know. Finlay got eliminated by Kane. There's one funny spot. Basically Dolph Ziggler came. He shake Kane's hand, and Kane basically eliminated Dolph Ziggler. It was funny. I'm not saying, because at the time, Ziggler was still new, just debuted. It's not like they buried him. He had a great career. Anyway, into the final four for this Royal Rumble match. Randy Orton, Triple H, Rhodes, and DiBiase. Yeah, 3 members of Legacy and Triple H. So I think it was Triple H came at 7th. I think it was 7. DiBiase, I don't know. I think Orton came first. I think it's Orton, Triple H, DiBiase, Rhodes, because Rhodes entered at number 15. Sorry about the entrance. I don't. It's very confusing. Anyway, so it got really interesting in the end. You basically had Legacy being down Triple H. And then you thought Legacy's gonna eliminate Triple H. Because they're still working with Orton, trying to help Orton win this Royal Rumble match. It's not like on the same level when in the 2011 Royal Rumble match you basically had CM Punk's Nexus, beating down the competitors, trying to help CM Punk win this Royal Rumble match. I think they did a little bit of this match, but I wish they controlled this match. That would be most memorable for this show. The legacy of Royal Rumble, trying to help Randy Orton win this match. Anyway. So, yeah, they beat down Triple H. Triple H eliminate Rhodes and DiBiase, and then Orton eliminate Triple H to win this match and go on to face any world champion at WrestleMania 25. And I think it was predictable. Predictability, it's not really a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Yeah, sometimes it's a bad thing, but sometimes it's a good thing. It's not like it's better than when Orton won the Royal Rumble match in 2017. That was bad because he already won it in 2009. It was at the time that in the 2010s, in the mid to late 2010s, it was I'm sick of the guys. The previous winners winning another Royal Rumble match. But back then in 2009 it was good because Orton never won the Royal Rumble match before. Triple H, he doesn't really need to win the Royal Rumble match because he already won it in 2002. Because it's very funny that he was in the final 2 at the previous Royal Rumble match in 2008. The final 2 of that Royal Rumble match was John Cena and Triple H, and then fast forward to 2009 was Randy Orton and Triple H. It was a big Orton winning it was a big thing because on the go home show to Raw he punted Vince McMahon in the head. Yeah, they fucked it up in the spring. I said in my Backlash review, Orton should have won the WWE title at WrestleMania instead of winning in Backlash. If I review WrestleMania 25, I will do it in the future when I get to WrestleMania season. But the Royal Rumble match overall, I think it's match of the night. It's not the greatest Royal Rumble match. There've been better ones over the years, but it was a fun to watch. You had some good entrances, good story. You had, it's really looking forward to, Legacy and Triple H will feud the whole bulk of 2009 in the, going into the spring and the summer of 2009, and also the whole, also in the autumn, Legacy, with DX, really, they kind of burned the horse to death, but it's just what it is, so. Yeah, it was a fun to watch. It was a good Royal Rumble match, but not a great one. So anyway, go to my final rating. So my final rating for Royal Rumble 2009, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's back and forth between 6 or 7, but I think the fair choice 7.5 out of 10. So it was a decent show, but not a good. Wasn't bad. It wasn't any bads on the show. But the 2 matches were in the okay. Was basically Swagger versus Matt Hardy for the ECW Championship, Cena versus JBL for the World Heavyweight Championship. Besides that, there was nothing in the bad. Because a reason why I put them in the okay. They're more like they're just television wrestling matches, not pay-per-view matches. That's just for me. The good is the good. You got. Beth versus Melina. Yeah, it was slightly a decent match. Edge versus Jeff versus Edge in a no DQ match for the WWE Championship. It was a good match. Yeah, it was overbooked instead of the finish, and then the Royal Rumble match itself for me was match of the night. It was kind of planting seeds for that year's WrestleMania 25. That was because WrestleMania 25 was the drizzling shits. This show was a fun show. I think it was a bit downgraded than the 2010 show, and also downgraded than the 2008 show. I don't think I'm reviewing the 2008 show next. So anyway, so hope you enjoyed my review of Royal Rumble 2009. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Next time, still keeping the Royal Rumble train going. Instead of doing it every Sunday, I'm trying to. For the rest of January, I'm gonna just do it like the beginning of the week and the end of the week. Go leading up to the 2021 Royal Rumble show. So I did one in the 80s, the one in the 2000s. So let's go into the 90s. By time the next Royal Rumble review, it'll be 2 weeks. But because nearly 2 weeks ago, I reviewed NWO Sold Out 1997. So I'm gonna review Royal Rumble 1997. This was a week before WCW did the Sold Out show. So yeah, Royal Rumble 1997 in the Aladome in San Antonio, Texas. Shawn Michaels versus Sid, and Austin winning first of 3 Royal Rumble matches. This is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later. Royal Rumble 2009. It was a fun show to watch.